and welcome to the St. Regis Red Sea. This is the first resort to open over the water anywhere else other than the Maldives. I'm so excited to show it to you. This is one of the coolest new resorts in the world. Welcome to the St. Regis Red Sea. And here we are at the Red Sea Airport. This is one of the modes of transportation you can take is by helicopter. This is one of the coolest rides of my life. Let's check out this incredible resorts in the Red Sea, the Ritz-Carlton and the St. Regis. All right, and here we are at our 2-bedroom Sunset Coral Villa. They said this is like the best one they have over the water. This is massive. It's a really cool design, kind of like a seashell almost, just beautiful. But we're here at the end and the sun is actually setting now, so I quickly want to take you outside to our beautiful terrace. They've set up 3 bikes for us, so we're ready to explore. We have the cool bracelet here that acts as the key card, just like Najuma. So I've got the Najuma one and the St. Regis here. If you didn't see that video, be sure to watch it. Now here we are heading into the beautiful room, and right away you're greeted by the floor-to-ceiling window. This right away you can see the water, which separates it a little bit from Najuma because that one, it's not quite as floor-to-ceiling windows like the St. Regis. All right, now real quick, we have a beautiful living area here. We went right in here first. They have a whole assortment set up for us just to thank us for our loyalty to Marriott and to welcome us to the resort. Just beautiful. We have a huge couch here, TV, and the floor-to-ceiling glass wraps all the way around, which is just really breathtaking to see all the water. Really beautiful. We can kind of look right down into the water. So there's definitely a lot more viewing areas of the ocean. Just beautiful. We have a sliding door here, which is going to take us right outside on our beautiful deck. And this is amazing. This is the biggest deck. I got to tour an overwater villa at Najuma. Be sure to watch it, but the deck there is very small and so is the pool. This one is massive. So we have this huge seating area over here. And then here we are, the beautiful sunset right now. This is perfect timing. The crystal blue water. I've never seen water this blue and beautiful anywhere in the world, not Bali, not Hawaii, only here. Like, this is amazing and you have to be here to see it. We've got a huge lounger, and then we've got 2 more small loungers, and then we have our own private plunge pool and shower right there. And this plunge pool is really cool how it's shaped. It continues the curvature of the room, but it's just beautiful, and you can swim up. It's like an infinity edge looking out into the beautiful ocean. And this is one of the premier villas because it's called Sunset. Only the ones on this side are going to be called the Sunset, and those are the ones that I personally recommend because in the evening you can be sitting here looking out. Now it's a little bit windy tonight, but it's normally not like this, and it gets really hot in the summer. So having a villa like this, you're going to stay cool and just really beautiful. So this is amazing. Additionally, on this side, we have some stairs where you can actually walk right down and you can jump in the water yourself and actually go swimming out here in the Red Sea. So that's amazing. We can actually swim around our villa. I'm probably not going to swim right now. The water's a little bit choppy, but that's really cool. We also have complete privacy. I cannot see any other villas from here. So you're really locked in here. Just really cool design. These lights are coming on in the evening, which are really cool. Next up, we're going to take a look at the bedrooms. This is a 2-bedroom villa, so we have 1 bedroom with the 2 beds and then another bedroom with a king bed. Let's take a look. Now, as we head back through, we have the control panel here. Those doors do have to be closed for the air conditioning to work, but it does have good air conditioning, which is nice. We have a half bath here with toilet and sink. So this is just a kind of a mini one, so that's a nice feature. Now let's head on up, watch this step here. Great, and I want to show you the first bedroom. So here we are. We have basically 2 double beds here, really high ceilings, and look at the view. We're looking out at the deck, The water, I just love this. Beautiful. We have a chair here in the corner. We have the lighting around the bed. Now, compared to Najuma, I will be honest, I'm a little disappointed with the room design here. This is a lot of flat walls going on, as well as the ceiling is just very flat. Najuma at least had really cool wood in the ceiling and different designs, and they definitely could have done something better here, especially with this space and maybe putting wood paneling in the ceiling. Now, their Dune villas have wood paneling in the ceiling, so I think they look a lot better in my opinion. But this one, definitely the overwater villas are more special because we can see the water. So don't want to complain too much, but it's still a very nice design. All right, we have another bathroom here that's just for this room with a whole closet space, plenty of spaces to store your belongings, tote bag, everything you could need. And then here we have nice soaking tub with a view. So that's really cool. However, there are the other villas like right there looking, so you probably would want to close the shears, and that's very easy to do with just a press of a button. You can also close the main blinds if you want to as well. I love that they have automatic blinds everywhere. We have a beautiful rainfall shower with the soaps and a bench, really cool lighting. Now this, I love the walls because they go all the way up to the ceiling with that beautiful tiling. We don't have the experienced side jets though, like the Najuma. Here we have the toilet area private. Love the design as well, so that's nice. Now these doors here definitely feel a little bit more on the cheap side. They're more like, I don't know, somewhat plasticky they look like, so I feel like they could have done a little bit nicer door there. Now let's head around to the master bedroom. Master bedroom is amazing. It offers incredible views. Cool, so let's head back around, even along the hallway. I like how it's completely curved. This whole villa is like in a circle, so it's really cool how this kind of curves around. But still the walls, they definitely, I feel like, could have done something a little bit more with them, or had like wood paneling, or maybe some other cool lights in the hallway. Step there. Great, so real quick, the master bathroom, I have to show you this first because this is special. And Najuma doesn't really have anything like this. But this tub is probably it's the biggest tub I've ever had at any hotel, I'd say. It's very big, and this view is incredible. Now, there are a couple villas here, so you can always close the shears if you need extra privacy, but this bathroom is really beautiful, and this is special because it's not a flat wall. This is completely textured wall here. Just really nice design. I love the mirrors. I love this tiling on the sinks, and we have 2 sinks in this room. We have the Wren bath products, and then we have both a toilet and shower. This is definitely a larger shower, rainfall shower as well. Love the design. Very beautiful tiling, and of course, the view, you just cannot beat it. Beautiful. You even have a seating chair in here, so you just have a lot of space. It's a very large bathroom. Love the lighting. Even this is just amazing. I feel like they could have done this like above the beds. Like even something like this, it just adds so much to the room. Separate toilet over here with bidet. That's a very large space there. And this one has a door to close as well. We have a closet in here with robes and slippers. Robes are brand standard, the Frite robes. Very soft, I definitely approve. And then the slippers. I'm so glad that they have these. And it looks like, yes, they are the Frite slippers, and they're very plush and thick, extra thick. Wow. This is about as thick as they get. Look at that. And little grips on the bottom. Very nice slippers. All right, master bedroom. Let's take a look. Welcome to the master bedroom. This is beautiful. We have the complete floor to ceiling windows all the way around, goes to the corner. So much viewing area of the ocean while you're in bed. Just really beautiful. A little kind of circle couch there in the corner. They decorated the bed for us. We have a little work desk over there with a view. And then the bed design, in my opinion, is a little bit more basic. This headboard, I feel like they could have done something better with it. This is better than a flat wall up top, but I just feel like it's still missing something, as well as like the work desk area. It's just a very generic desk here. Nothing special about the chair. And then just this whole wall is just so unattractive. I mean, not a single piece of art, no design. It's just completely flat and bare. So it's definitely lacking when it comes to the design of this place compared especially to Najuma, where no detail was left out anywhere. Now it looks like we can even open these a little bit here. Oh yeah. I'm glad it doesn't open all the way or people might jump out, but it opens just a little bit to get some fresh air in. You can listen to the water. So that's really cool to have that floor to ceiling door like that. We also have the automatic shades. Next to the bed, we have a little, it looks like alarm clock with a wireless charger, and of course all the controls to either close the shades, open the shades, dim the lights, make them more bright. So very more simplistic design than Najuma, but it's more unique in that it has, I think, a better view from the water villas here because it's truly floor to ceiling glass, and it also has a really cool bathtub view. So overall, I'm so glad we got to stay at both properties, but the St. Regis, of course, has a lot of other things to offer. The restaurants, you have the butler service, so we do have a butler here to help us in anything that we need, as well as they'll press 2 complimentary garments per person per day complimentary. So if you need your clothes ironed or things like that, they'll be happy to do that for you. Right, so the living area is just really nice. The lamp is a unique design. It's like some little like shells or sea items on here. So that kind of ties the theme of the ocean into the room. Complimentary waters, which is great. I like this kind of cart. That's actually kind of cool. Then we have another kitchen here. I don't understand why they need kitchens, but we have a sink. This is mini bar items for purchase. We have a toaster, which I don't know why you need a toaster. Now this one does have a microwave, so just totally different because the Najuma kitchen had a stove top, it had a fridge and freezer, and it had a whole dishwasher. And it did not have a microwave and it did not have a toaster, so it's just really interesting how this one does have just different items in here and then a little sink. But yeah, I don't see any fridge. Maybe it's on this side. Oh yeah, here it is. Here's the fridge. And so we just have a fridge, no freezer. These drinks are all for purchase. The espresso machine is very nice, wrapped in leather kettle. And this is all complimentary, the teas and then the assortment of coffees. So those are complimentary while everything else here is for purchase. Let's take a look at the rest of this resort. Welcome to the stunning St. Regis Red Sea Resort, an ultra-luxury private island escape that marks a major milestone not only for Saudi Arabia, but for the global luxury in travel. This isn't just another 5-star property, it's part of the Red Sea, Saudi Arabia's ambitious luxury tourism project designed to refine sustainable travel on a global scale. The resort officially opened its doors in early 2024 and holds the distinction of being the first private island resort in the Red Sea, setting the stage for this entire destination's future. Located on Umahat Island within the serene Al Wahul Lagoon, the setting here is nothing short of extraordinary. The island is surrounded by over 90 untouched islands, coral reefs that have flourished for more than 5,000 years, and the 4th largest barrier reef system in the world. Now, the moment you arrive here, it becomes clear this is unlike anywhere else. Guests can access the resort by chartered speedboat or seaplane, even a helicopter, which I will show you our full helicopter experience towards the end of this voiceover. So if you want to fast forward and watch that, definitely do not miss it. Now, our arrival experience was a little different because we were already staying at Najuma, the Ritz-Carlton, which is the island right next door. And if you're staying at either resort, you actually get a free shuttle boat ride back and forth to the properties, whether you're checking into one and out on the other, or you just want to use the spa facilities as well like we did. They'll give you a free speedboat ride over. Now, in the very beginning when this hotel opened, I wasn't sure, should I stay at the St. Regis or the Ritz-Carlton? But then I watched a video where someone was able to do both, and I was like, oh my goodness, that is awesome that you can just take a boat and get to experience both properties. So that is why I was able to experience both Najuma, the Ritz-Carlton, and the St. Regis on this trip. Now, the boat ride was very seamless. We said goodbye to everyone at the Ritz-Carlton, and then the boat took us right on over here to the St. Regis, where a team of people were waiting to greet us and welcome us to the island. It was an incredible arrival experience. We got out, they basically walked us up, introduced us to our butler, and then we were escorted by golf cart all the way to the room. When you first arrive to either resort, both are extremely stunning. You're surrounded by the crystal blue water, you're basically on the boat, and then this is where you arrive if you take a boat. Now, you also can take other modes of transportation, but typically when you first arrive to this area, you will fly into the Red Sea International Airport. And then from there, the cheapest option is basically going to be a car transfer to the Turtle Bay Hotel. And then they will take you by speedboat to either the St. Regis, the Ritz-Carlton, or the other luxury resorts in the area. And that is how we first got to Najuma, the Ritz-Carlton. Now, when we departed the property here at the St. Regis, we did get to have the experience of taking a helicopter, which flies into a completely different part of the island, so it's a different experience. But you definitely will not want to miss that. Now, on our golf cart ride to the villa, we passed by here, which is the Beach Club. That is one of their restaurants. Next up here, this is Nesma. This is actually the breakfast restaurant. And if you fast forward, I'll be able to show you our full breakfast experience. We were at this property for 2 nights, so we got 2 nice breakfasts. We just passed by the kids' play area. To the left there is the beach. The beach is very extensive here. Now, back there, I believe, was the Japanese restaurant, or one of them is the Japanese restaurant, but unfortunately it was closed during our stay due to it being in March, which is during Ramadan. Here are the tennis courts to the left. Those are complimentary activities that you can do. You can rent out the paddle boards or tennis equipment included with your stay. To the right here, you're going to notice all the different beach dune villas. They have a total of about 90 villas total on the whole property, both on land and over the water. They're a very different design than Najuma. They're a little bit lower profile and kind of blend more into the sand. Now here we are around going over the bridge to the one wing of the Overwater Villas. The property has 2 separate wings of these Overwater Villas. This is one of them. The other one is kind of far in the distance on the other side of the island. Now the ones on the left here are the Sunset Villas, so they do have a nice view of the sunset. Our bags promptly arrived to our room. Our butler was very kind, able to show us our room and all the different amenities. But right when you walk in, it really is special. I definitely recommend an Overwater Villa here at the St. Regis. It definitely, I believe, is a lot more special than their Dune villas, which I also had the privilege to tour, which I will show you in just a few minutes. But overall, I loved the design of the room itself, just how you had the floor-to-ceiling windows. Now, the interior decor definitely could use some help. I wish that they just kept the same decor as the Dune villas in these Overwater Villas, and that would make it almost perfect. But the big point about these versus the Najuma outdoor terraces on these Overwater Villas are a lot bigger. You have a lot more space. They also had the nice lounge chairs with the padding, a nice welcome amenity, automatic blinds. So pretty much everything I look for, and it was extremely spacious. And yes, you can request a nightly upgrade award to get this room approved based on availability, which is really nice if you're coming with your family or just need a little bit more space. We also decided to try room service one night. It was promptly delivered. We tried soup and burgers. Everything was actually very tasty. It was hot. Definitely approve. I recommend definitely doing at least one in-room dining meal here during your stay, just because you want to enjoy your room and the beauty it offers. In the evening, it also comes to life as well. There's special deck lights. The pool is also perfectly lit. It's just a really special moment, just right out here on your own little patio. You also are able to jump in the water and go for a little swim, although I feel like it can be a little intimidating just because it's the open ocean, but it's definitely very refreshing. They also did a very nice turn-down service, laying out slippers. They do very cool towel art, so the housekeeping team was phenomenal. Next up, we took the golf cart to have dinner, and on the way, we decided to stop by to take a look at what one of the Dune villas looks like, just to kind of get an idea, because at Najuma, we did opt for the beach villa, just because we would have our own private beach. So I just really wanted to see what they looked like here. The villa we got to tour here was number 61, which is a 2-bedroom villa, like the one we had over the water. And right when you walk in, you have a very nice living area here. I loved the design of the floor. I loved the decor. They had a little half bath there. They also still had the floor-to-ceiling windows, which was just really beautiful touch. Now look at the design of this room, how beautiful the wood ceiling is, the paneling. Also behind the bed, you have the little like green material as well as around the floor. So the design of this room, even behind the bed, you have all the wood paneling here in the master bedroom. It's just so much more thoughtful and beautiful compared to the Overwater Villas. I wish they would have designed the Overwater Villas with this same theme, the same interior design. I think they went extremely cheap when it came to the Overwater Villas. Even the bathroom here is very nice. You have the illuminated mirrors, very nice finishes, just really beautiful. You do have a bathroom in each area. Again, the master bedroom is just really stunning. I just love that design, and look again, the wood on the ceiling. The whole ceiling is paneled with that wood. I wish they would have done that in the Overwater Villas. The bathroom here in the master bedroom is also really beautiful. You do have a bathtub with a view, 2 sinks, and then you have the separate toilet and shower areas, but extremely spacious. And then you also have a beautiful deck you can walk right outside on and head outside. You have your own plunge pool as well as lounge chairs, and you also have really nice landscaping. They did a really good job planting different trees, but very huge deck, definitely very unique and different compared to Nejuma's beach villas, but it's still really unique design. You do have porch lighting, and then you also have an outdoor shower there to the right, kind of hidden underneath the deck. And then you can take the little walkway down and actually walk right onto the beach, which is a great feature. So the overwater villas are special because you can jump in the ocean, but these beach villas are very nice because you can actually have your own beach and then just walk right up back into your villa. Now, I will be honest, overall, I do like the design of the beach villas and outside layout a lot better at Nejuma. It just seems a little bit more put together and sophisticated. I like the landscaping better versus here, it just seems a little bit more like not as maintained. The wood is starting to get a little bit faded and it's just not as put together, I feel. For dinner, we decided to go to their fine dining restaurant over the water. This restaurant is called Telina and it's floating above the reef. It's kind of towards the other side of the island away from where our villa was. That colorful mural on the wall actually represents all of the ecosystem and life of the coral reefs around the area, all the bright colors it represents. Now in the evening, sometimes the sun, it can be pretty glary when it comes in the window there, so be mindful of that. They also have inside and outside seating, but in the summer it can get extremely hot, so I definitely do not recommend eating outside. Now we felt like the only guests on the island. The whole time we were here, we were the only ones. Here's a peek at the menu and the different options they have. We tried some appetizers, some main dishes. I'll go over my feedback in a moment. They start you off with some really yummy bread with some different flavored butters. That was really great. I just wish the portion was a little bit more, but they were really spectacular. Now overall service here compared to Nejuma was extremely awkward. There wasn't the best English spoken, and then the whole time it was just, we weren't, I don't think, checked in on enough. The food was decent, but honestly it wasn't our favorite. Like the flavors just were not that incredible. It just seemed more generic. They did have, you know, a special appetizer thing they brought as well as a thing at the end, but all of us agreed it was an extremely awkward dinner experience. The resort manager later talked to us about it and made it right, but definitely they can improve versus all the dining experiences we had at the Ritz-Carlton across the way, which were all just flawless. Next up we have Nesma, which is open from about 7 a.m. to 3. It's like breakfast and lunch restaurant. The bright interiors perfectly blend into the outside environment. They have inside and outside seating. Now for elite members, you do get 2 complimentary breakfasts. It includes everything on that little menu as well as an actual full-on buffet. So the difference between the Ritz-Carlton and here is this one actually does have a full buffet set up. Again, we felt like the only guests on the island. We were literally the only ones here pretty much at breakfast. There was a group that showed up later, but it was very rare we saw anyone else here. Here we have the buffet options. It felt like, again, like our own private experience. Tons of different yogurts and pastries. They had juices as well. Service was very nice, very accommodating. They also make sometimes some special pita bread, and then here's some of the hot dishes. And then of course I ordered sometimes like a eggs benedict or an omelet. They'll make all those different items for you. The interior though is very thoughtfully designed. It's very tasteful. I love that the ceiling had like the tarps. They have the different cool lighting. It definitely feels very beachy, tropical, exactly like what you would expect. It's definitely like a eerie feeling when there's like no hardly other guests there, but it was a great experience. Here they are making the pita bread. Here's some of the yummy egg dishes that I ordered. They also can make unlimited like cappuccinos or lattes, which is definitely my highlight. Our last day, they actually gave us a little gift. They gave me a whole little box full of some dates, and then they also gave me a little souvenir from the local area. That is a very unique touch. That was very kind of them. Now, right in front of the kind of main sitting area here at the restaurant, you have some of the resort's pools. So outside of every room / villa having your own little private pool, you also have the public available pools, which are also very nicely designed. You have also beach views. The chairs here, the cushions were medium thickness, although the wood on the beach chairs I noticed was also looking very faded. Definitely not up to like the Nejuma pool chairs. You can kind of see how faded the chairs are, so they definitely need to restain those just to kind of update it a little bit better and make it feel a little bit more luxurious. I like that they did have the shade umbrellas for a lot of the chairs just because it can get so hot during the day. But again, there was not very many people here utilizing the pools. Honestly, I never went in any of these pools. I just used the one in my villa. Like, they're nice, but I wish that they could be like more infinity edge, like maybe up higher, kind of looking out over the ocean. They're nice, but just, you know, a regular pool like everything else. You also do have nice pool attendants that can help you set up your chair, put your towel out, and then you can walk right from the pool to the beach or back. It's kind of all together. The beach is very expansive. You not only have the little cabanas with the shade inside, you also have a lot of the chairs around. You can definitely see they're set up to handle a lot of guests if the hotel is occupied, but we basically had the whole place to ourselves. Now they also provide bikes. So this is me biking around the property on our last night. Here we are, our first stop. This is where you can actually rent equipment such as paddle boarding, going out kayaking. Now these items are extra charge and you can just speak with the resort about renting those. I believe it's a third-party company. Now they do have volleyball nets here. They also do have the tennis courts, which I showed earlier. I might show those later as well. Now, when you first arrive to the resort, they not only can check you in at your villa, they also, this one does have like a reception desk. So this is like what they would consider their lobby, which is right inside here. Inside their lobby, it's very nicely designed, it's very spacious, it's just kind of a place to sit and relax. I'm not sure if they definitely needed this space. It just seems maybe it could be like wasted space because a lot of times you just check it in your villa. But I guess it's a nice place if you just want to come, relax, look around. They also have a gift shop in here, and then they do have the areas where you can sit down and you can actually speak to reception about any questions you might have regarding your bill or your stay. From there, we're going to continue down. The property is very beautiful in the evening with the sunset lighting. I basically just kind of rode my bike right here by the beach so you could take a look. So many options, cabanas, chairs, you can go in the water, just kind of relax. I'm not the type of person that just likes to sit out at the beach all day. I like to be active, moving around. And I honestly just loved our villa, so I'd rather just relax in our villa, go in our own little pool. And then I did experience the beach more so at Najuma when we did have that beach villa. They have places for you to shower, and now here's just coming back over, this never gets old, the beautiful wooden walkway back all the way to our overwater Sunset Coral Villa. These truly are the best ones on the property, just stunning design right over the water, really beautiful. Now in the evening, the resort really comes to life as well. Here's the beautiful lighting in the evening. So if you're going back to your villa by golf cart or whatnot, it just really beautifully lit how every panel is lit up along the way, all the way to your villa. I just really like the design. Our pool was perfectly lit at night and the evening. It truly is like an out of movie experience, just looking out into the ocean at night. But also you can look up and see the stars. There's so many beautiful stars in the sky. Now next up, I kind of want to show you the other parts of the property. Next, we're going to kind of look at the spa area. We did get a tour of the spa because we also did get to look at the spa at Najuma. Now the spa area is very nice here. You have incredibly wonderful service. Everyone is extremely friendly. You have the lounge area. You also have locker rooms, and then you also have kind of the reception area, but I just loved the interior design work. It was very nice. Here is the gentleman's side of the locker room. You have places to change. It's very open, plenty of space. And what's nice is this is available to all guests. You just can reserve time, and then you can relax in the relaxation areas, change. And then they also do have like a sauna and steam room available to guests, relaxation chairs. So you do have a lot of different options here. So when you're staying at this resort, you can enjoy your villa, the beach, the pools, and then you can come definitely to the spa and experience all of these amazing amenities. This is the best part of the spa. They have a little plunge pool, and then this is also where they have the sauna and steam room. This is just the men's area, but here's the sauna. Very nice design. I love how the wood goes all the way from the floor to the ceiling. And they also have the steam room. They have the ice. So both this one and Najuma are very great. This one does have a window, so you can kind of see outside. The one at Najuma is kind of more just interior view only. I like both of them. However, the one that I did use on the trip though was the Najuma one. I just did not have time to use this one. But it's very nice. It's a private experience. I believe when you book it that they make sure to limit the amount of guests so it's not overcrowded. The spa here also does have the areas here where you can have like a hair treatment. They have a lot of different plans that you can get for treatments, both at the St. Regis and Najuma, and both can be a little bit different. So you can take the boat ride over if you want to go to the other property to get a treatment done. Here's what one of the treatment rooms looks like. This is the couples treatment room. You've got the 2 beds. I love that you have a nice view looking outside. You have the loungers there with some waters. Then you have this really cool bathtub. This is one of their signature special features of their spa that is very unique design compared to every other treatment room or spa in the world. Here's another look at some other areas where you can kind of get your nails done. So they definitely have so many different options and treatments available. They also have little treats out, snacks, sometimes special teas. So it's a very premium experience, and the service is extremely high quality. So I definitely recommend, if you have the time, you're definitely going to want to relax here, get a treatment here, and then also get one at Najuma. Both spas are incredibly beautiful. Now, I do want to actually show you real quick our experience taking the speedboat from the St. Regis back to the Najuma. So we actually did do the spa at Najuma. We took the speedboat over. Najuma's spa has an outside pool area, and then here's the inside pool area. I got my own robe, a little note, and then inside they do have the sauna, steam room, pool, ice. In my opinion, it just feels a little bit more expensive and premium than the one at the St. Regis. The sauna is also just a little bit bigger, so I did honestly enjoy the one at Najuma better. Now here we are continuing our tour of the property. That's the bike. They do have bikes in front of your villa when you get there, so you can bike all the way around. Now I just showed you the spa, so next up we're going to take a look here at the fitness center. It's a very beautiful fitness center because you do have the very nice windows that have amazing views looking out. So when you're running on the treadmill or the elliptical machines, I love the view. It's really spectacular. I love the wood paneling in the ceiling. I love the lighting. You had a ton of free weights. You also had other workout equipment. I love the wood flooring. It just felt extremely sophisticated, premium, and it was very spacious. They also even have like personal fitness coaches that you can rent that can help you with your performance. They had little energy bars out, water, lemon water. They also had very premium earphones, complimentary, which is awesome. Right outside from the fitness center there, you have a kind of plunge pool area. So you can just take a plunge before your workout just to kind of reset, relax. So this is just more public area swimming pools on property that are still all included with your stay. This is more of like a vitality pool here with the bubble chairs. Najuma does not have one yet, but they are in the process of building their own vitality pool, which is always a great feature. Here are the tennis courts. We did do one session late in the evening. You can basically reserve them at any time. They're very spacious and they provide you all the equipment that you need. Here's the kids club. The kids club is awesome because if you're a family here, your kids have something to do. It's extremely nice. They have all kinds of toys and games, and not only an inside play area, but also a whole outside like jungle gym play area here that will keep the kids occupied for hours on end, just having one of the best times of their life. But again, my favorite feature is definitely just biking around the island, especially over these wooden walkways over the water. There's just nothing like it. Now, the exit experience here was incredible. Now, the water was extremely rough and choppy the last morning to head to the airport, so it was somewhat, I believe, unsafe for a boat ride. So the hotel actually provided us a helicopter transport to take us all the way to the Red Sea International Airport straight from the resort. So they basically take you by golf cart to the private area on the island where the helicopter comes. We're then able to board the helicopter. It actually could hold 14 people, so it's a fairly large helicopter. And if you're interested in doing this, it is also something you can pay extra money for, and then you can get arrival and departure service. The views were phenomenal, especially at the window seat. It's just an amazing experience lifting off from one island and then flying all the way back to the Red Sea. You get to see the beautiful development. On the way back, you can also spot some of the other upcoming resorts that they're building. But it's just also fascinating to think how they built this resort, how all of the huge ships had to come in to bring all the materials to build all these villas and just bring in all the food. It's really, truly spectacular to see the resort from the air at a completely different level, and also just looking at the beautiful ocean water. Saudi Arabia has big plans for this area. They're building numerous brand new luxury resorts right now in almost every luxury brand that you can think of. And they want it to be very easy for people to transit here. So they're actually building a brand new terminal at the Red Sea Airport right now to expand service, flights, allow more people to come in. It's a very cool project, but it's just really cool just being out here in Saudi Arabia I never thought I'd ever make it, but in the distance there you can see the brand new terminal that they're working on building. It's going to be an amazing destination, and they want to have a lot of nonstop flights to a lot of different destinations all around the world. Now, if you don't take a direct flight from the resort like this all the way to the Red Sea airport, it does require a speedboat, which then takes you to land, and then from there you do get a vehicle, usually a brand new beautiful Mercedes, to then drive you back to the airport. So those are the different options. You can also opt for a better speedboat like a yacht, but the resort definitely gives you all that information. Now, the Red Sea airport, the current terminal, is extremely nice. It's modern, beautiful. This is like baggage claim when you first arrive. So even coming back by helicopter, you have to go through baggage claim, although the helicopter pilot just gives you your bags right when you get off. Now, when you first get to the resort here, you do walk through this area, and then that's just a quick look at that Mercedes that we did get to take when we first went to Najuma. So definitely watch the Najuma video, and you can watch that full experience of the super luxury Mercedes ride. Now, entering the main terminal itself to exit the country, very nice, very helpful staff. They have a little coffee shop, but this is the most premium terminal I've ever seen. Every design is perfect. You have the beautiful paneling, and then you get a bus that takes you right out to the airplane. And then this was us heading back to Riyadh. All right, now for the review of the St. Regis Red Sea, I'm gonna go ahead and start with the rooms. The rooms are insane, especially these overwater villas. Like, this is one of the most insane views ever. Same thing with the beach villas. But the rooms, I'm gonna give a 4.5 out of 5. And the reason for that is, even though this resort is only about a year old, they're becoming worn actually pretty quick. And I feel like it's a big part due to all the wood. I think it needs to be restained. It's just starting to look a little bit faded, as well as the room design here is not as nice as Najuma. Like, even in our villa here, there's so many just flat walls. It's like they completely skipped like a half the interior decorating, like the ceilings, the walls, there's like nothing there. It's just furniture just pushed up against the walls of the room. And I noticed that a little bit too in like even the 2-bedroom beach villa we looked at. So that one, the master bedroom, is a lot better because there's a design behind the headboard. But here, even the designs behind the headboards of the bed, they're just extremely basic. So I feel like they put a lot of money into like building this really cool spiral design. But when it came to the interior, they went very cheap here. Compared to Najuma, it's the complete opposite. You have all the wood in the ceiling. It's just so much better for the room design. For that reason, I just couldn't give it the full score because it's not the most super luxury resort that I've seen. Next up is going to be Inspiration. Inspiration overall, I'm going to give a 5 out of 5. This is just incredible. Like, it's still mind-blowing when you're going over the ramp and the dock to get to your villa over the water or the beach villas. It's still a very beautiful resort, and it's just so special being out here. Next up is going to be Service. Overall, I'm going to give Service a 5 out of 5. It was excellent service. I will be honest, overall Najuma was a little bit better in just every single area. Here, it started off nice, just like any other nice St. Regis, but dinner was a little bit on the awkward side, just when it came to service and things like that. But their service recovery here is really good. They really, if something isn't right or uncomfortable, they'll make it right, or they'll talk to you, and they have went above and beyond to make things right and just make us feel special. And upper management here is just tremendous. So we couldn't leave happier, and we're actually really happy with the service overall. Finally is going to be value. Would I return that? I'm going to give a 5 out of 5. I actually, if I come back, I would want to not only stay at Najuma, probably more nights, but I still would like to stay here at least a night, just because it's these overwater villas have a much bigger deck than the ones at Najuma, so it just has more space and shade, and it's just kind of a really cool design. And each resort offers, you know, unique aspects that the other one doesn't, so it is cool at least being here a little bit. But overall, Najuma by far is the winner, and I would like to spend more nights there next time. But I don't want to rule this one out because it's still just incredibly unique, and I would love to come back here, and we have made friends with a lot of the staff here as well, so we'd love to see them again. But overall, incredible hotel. Definitely add this one to your list. If you're looking to stay here, it can be pretty expensive. Basic rooms starting at about $2,000 per night or so. I highly recommend though using your Marriott Bonvoy points. It's only about 160,000 points per night, give or take a little bit, to stay here, which is more than a penny a point, which is tremendous value. And then we used a nightly upgrade award to get this villa. So this one actually is normally $4,000 per night. So we're getting like over 2 pennies a point for the redemption, which is just an incredible deal. The hotel right now for Ramadan is very slow. There's only, like they said, 4 or 5 villas occupied, I think, because the month of March, a lot of people fast or stay home with their families. So March is a great time to come visit, where you're gonna have pretty much the whole island to yourself. So in a way, it was just a lot more peaceful than if there are a lot of guests here. But beautiful resort, definitely consider it. I can't wait to see you in the next review.